Hey everyone, it's Hairyfrankfurt and I am about to get my fucking grocery delivery. Fuck. Hey everyone, it's Hairyfrankfurt and I am an amazing cooker. And for those of you who are not convinced by the fact that I had to tell you that I'm an amazing cooker, because you should know, anyone who tells you there's something, that thing, we're gonna be cooking together. If you like the way I cook, or if you like the way I eat, or if you like the way I make jokes sometimes, then make sure you subscribe, because you fit in here. I like that quirky little face you got, that's nice. We are making lamb roast. You can see these have been sitting out. So we can turn the oven on to high, and then that's how you do that. It's electric. Now we're gonna open up the lamb and I'm gonna show you how you make the most amazing roast. Wait, do we have scissors? Handy dandy scissors. And you're also gonna need a chopping board, and I will show you the rest of the ingredients as I think of them, because that's kind of what cooking's like with me. I don't know about you guys, I make it up as I go along. So we're gonna cut open the plastic. Today we are using shoulder roast boneless, but I swear that is a bone, hey. Okay, regardless of bones or not, you want to get the meat out of the packaging. Maybe cut some more. There we go. Okay, we got it. Slide your meat out of your wrapper. Ooh, she's slimy. Ooh, she's bleeding. Oh boy. All right. Just pour that into the sink. That's what you like. Okay. I can work with this. Shake it like a, don't shake babies. Okay, so now we have the meat. I have wet hands and I have 2 roasts to do. I'll cut open, I need to show you what I'm doing while I'm doing it, don't I? I don't have a second camera, I didn't set this up. I didn't think of this, guys. All right, cut open the next one for in preparation for getting it out of the packet. So here we have the boneless shoulder. By the way, I got these from Coles. Should have got them from Woolworths, because I get points for Woolworths. I don't get points for Coles. Oh, it's squirting. That's what she said. No, yes, it is. Maybe. Guys, I need help with my jokes. All right, set that to the side. Now, the meat appears to have a really nice rope on it, which may serve a purpose. We're gonna get rid of that. Fuck things that do things for reasons. You know, so just grab your scissors, the same ones you used before, and cut it off. You don't need that. It's like the shackles of society holding you together, and all of the things that you tell yourself at night, you know, I'm okay, yeah, well, cutting that away now. Continue to cut as if you're actually cutting your ties from other people that have wronged you in the past. That looks great. Please remove the rope. I don't think rope is edible. I mean, around the neck, don't do that, guys. So now you have an open piece of meat. Isn't that what we wanted all along? I didn't know it would fall apart. I'm sorry. Had I known it would fall apart, I would have left the rope. But I didn't, and here we are. I feel like I can see an artery, but you know, I've heard that organ meat is good for people with trauma, and I don't want to say too much, but I'm okay with eating a heart if it will help with these feelings. Is it actually, or is that just muscle? I feel like that might just be muscle. No, I feel like it's an artery. I don't know what that is. I feel like this is a science experiment. Is this cooking, guys? Is this how you cook? She's real slippery. She's also really nicely marbled. Can you have a man lamb? So now we're gonna start with the actual food. Fuck, I need to wash my hands again. Damn it. Now might be a really nice time to pull out your second chopping board that you forgot that you had, because you're gonna fucking need it. Now for today's classic homemade roast, we're gonna be using real garlic and dried mixed herbs and garlic salt and real salt and then some butter. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. As to how we deal with this situation, you know, this one, there's a big chunk here that needs to be kind of shrunk. So we're gonna deal with that problem. It's actually falling off the chopping board, and I don't know how hygienic that is, but it's gonna be going in a really hot oven, so we'll get rid of any germs, I promise. So you're gonna wanna get a knife that is appropriate for the job at hand. The bigger the better. I don't care how big the cut of meat is, the bigger the knife, the better for any situation that you have. And then all you're gonna do is just fix the problem, okay? Fixing problems all over my life, all over it. There's my hand, who cares? It'll just add some flavor. You'll also find on the other side that there's another flap that you're just gonna fix. I promise, fixing it like this helps with the cooking process. And you'll see why soon. Now, with the same knife, you're gonna grab 1 clove of garlic and you're gonna chop it, maybe a few cloves of garlic. How garlicky do we want this? Probably lots. Answer your own questions. You're gonna grab your first clove of garlic at least, and you're gonna take the skin off it with the knife. Safety is our main priority here at Hairyfrankfurt Productions, in case you weren't aware. You know, putting your safety at the helm of the ship. Now that you have a clove of garlic without any skin on it, you're gonna slice it into little pieces and put it into all of the bits of the lamb that you fixed, okay? Now the beauty of this cut of meat is that it really doesn't matter where the holes that you fixed are. You can kind of just shove the garlic in, just really get into that meat, just really fucking get a hole in there, shove your whole thumb in along with the garlic. It's great, I love it. Therapeutic almost. Someone said, hey, here's a flap, we can just put it into the flap. So any flap, any fold, any hole that you find in this beautiful, nice and neat cut of meat that we happen to have, just put the garlic in it. And that bit that's bleeding, fill it with garlic too. By the way, we need to cut some more garlic because, you know, reasons. So once you've prepared some more garlic, put some more garlic into more holes of the animal. You know, really purify it of its vampire tendencies. Now you may notice we've only put garlic on one side of this. To be honest with you, fuck doing the other side. That's really difficult. Now you're gonna go ahead and apply your coarse sea salt. This is the only time you can be this salty without being offensive. And then of course, the garlic salt. A key ingredient because garlic and salt. And let's not forget our mixed herbs. I'm not quite the herbologist, and unfortunately there's no marijuana in this, but if you want to apply that, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. And now I'm beginning to see your point. I am going to need to flip this to season the other side. So you know what, let's just do that right now. It's great. Feel like wrapping it back up into that neat little parcel, and then unwrapping it, and flopping it on. Oh, see, now this looks much nicer. This looks like a normal roast. You know, one that hasn't been brutally attacked by me. Okay, back to our salt. And the garlic salt. And the herbs. Now I know what you're thinking, Kate, that's only one roast. Aren't you doing 2? Yeah, I am, and this is gonna take me a really fucking long time. But here's an oven tray. So let's put this on the oven tray. Should I wrap it? I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it up again, just like so, and place it neatly and delicately on the oven tray, just like so. One of the garlics fell out. I didn't shove far enough. Alright, we're gonna have to do some more fixing. Guys, get your knife. I can't hold the garlic and the knife. Here we go. Oh, that was dangerous. There we go. Put that in there. And for all the other garlic pieces, just tuck them back in. So that's one. Now repeat the process with the other one. That's what you like to see, isn't it? Oh my god, did I spill that on me? Oh my god, that went everywhere. Oh no. Oh, there's blood on the floor. This was catastrophic. Don't tell my mom. I'm not gonna... I don't know how to fix this. Fixing. See, problems that can't be fixed with a knife are a little bit more difficult for me to solve. So it took me a while to figure that one out. But on the plus side, I don't have any blood on my dark outfit that isn't my own. Okay, so now that we have our fixing knife out, we don't actually need the scissors at all. Okay, maybe we do. No, we don't. No, we don't. We're an independent white woman that don't need no man, especially not the one that they're still in love with, that continues to break their heart over and over and over again. But you realize that that's not their fault because it's you still being in love with them. You know, independence. Okay, so now once we've removed the shackles of social constraints from the piece of meat, we will continue by seasoning lightly and delicately, just like we did with the last one. You know, delicately and lightly. Don't want you. Okay, so back to our therapy. Now find delicately placed holes that you created gently before and fill them with garlic. You know, delicately. Alright, now let's get salty. And garlic salty. And herby. Now we're going to wrap it up and do the same on the other side. And then we're going to wrap it up like a neat little bundle, just like it was before, but better because it's not like it was before. And we're just going to place it on the oven tray, like so. Now, for the really fun part, I need to get butter on the inside of these things. So we're going to have to unwrap them again. Yay! And if you're curious, the butter that I'm using is the Western Star for 90 years original salted butter, because this dish isn't salty enough. Am I the only person who gets a little bit annoyed with the fact that the butter never closes the same way as it did the first time you got it? I feel like that's just me. Okay, now we're gonna open up one of our lambs delicately like so, and we're gonna put some butter inside of it with the appropriately sized knife. Hey, look, more garlic. Now, depending on how much of a diet you're on, you may want to use 5 grams, 10 grams, 50 grams. I don't really care. This is your body. I'm not going to shame you. We're using about 10 grams per piece. Probably. I don't know. About that. Oh, God. And try and get it to stay on the inside of your meat. Otherwise, it'll leak and it'll burn. It won't burn. Butter doesn't burn. Butter burns. Butter definitely burns. I retract my statement. Okay, now the other one. Delicately unfold. Using your appropriate knife, get an appropriate amount of butter. And then you're gonna break it up because it doesn't want to behave the way that you want it to. Ooh, do not cut yourself. Or do, I'm not your real mom. And now you're just gonna place it inside of the meat. All right, there we go. 2 incredible roasts that look great. Maybe we'll put some butter on top, because why not? How do I do this? I probably need my appropriately sized knife to continue. Oh, for fuck's sake, stay in your hole. Stay in your, that's a particularly tight muscle there. Let me fix that for you. And fill it with the butter, if you can. Fill the holes with the butter. Nice and delicately, again, using your whole body weight right into the meat. Fucking just leave it wherever, it doesn't really matter. It's only butter, it's gonna melt anyways. Whether it melts into the meat or around the meat, it's fucking, it's food. It all goes down the same. And you know what? I think that's the moral of the story. It doesn't matter how you look on the outside, it's what's on the inside that really matters. And in this case, it's a whole lot of anger and resentment and yeah, no, we're not done with that yet. Sorry, therapist. Now, it may be at this stage that some of you may be asking, but Kate, what about vegetables? And it's at this stage that I tell you to get the fuck off my video. There are the roasts. We're gonna pop them in the oven and we're gonna baste occasionally because we're a fucking housewife or something. I really don't know. I'm done. Jokes run short by the end of the video. Alright, so into the oven, we have it at only 200, excuse me, 250, thank you very much. And it'll go in there for as long as it takes for it to start smelling like it's cooked. Simple. Ah, that's hot. I burned myself on the door of the oven. Isn't that great? The beauty of cooking. This isn't gonna fucking, oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, so it's at this stage that you realize that you need to put it on a tray. You need to put the tray on a tray. Because why would logic make sense in this scenario? Okay, well, that was great, wasn't it? Eating a nice, or cooking a nice, nutritious meal. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, because if you like watching me cook, you can only see me cook more often if you subscribe. As a liar, you could search me again, but that would take a really long time to find. If you liked this video, it's best that you just subscribe. You guys will probably see me in the next one, which could be anything. Otherwise, you will see me when this is done. But either way, see you then. Okay, bye!